So in this next segment of today's webinar, we want to move the subject on to specifically B2C customer service. As we've touched on already, there are a few similarities between the way that you think about user experience in B2B and B2C settings, but there are definitely divergences with B2C, especially in today's world with the number of variables and channels of communication that people have available to them. To help me in this segment, I'm pleased to welcome Jake Patterson to join me. Welcome, Jake. Maybe if you could just introduce yourself to the audience.
Thanks, Andy. Hi, everyone. My name's Jake Patterson. I'm a principal consultant at Boxfusion. I've got about 13 years of experience in CRM and CX and related technologies, and I'm now Boxfusion's Conversational AI lead.
So in the world of B2C customer service today, there is so much that technology can contribute towards a great customer service and great customer experience. Today's customer is time poor and wants to be met at the channel of their choice at the time of their choosing, and they want a speedy resolution to their challenge without long pauses or delays or incorrect information coming back. But to deliver great customer experience, we also need people. So it's people and technology. And so for people to operate well with technology, we need good user experience. But this is nothing new. And if we go back to the mid-90s and when I started out in my career in CRM, so late 90s, we were basically talking about call centers, large call centers with hundreds and hundreds of agents managing phone calls from customers. That was the only real channel for customer service beyond bricks and mortar on the high street. And the user experience could be influenced in there because what you really wanted to achieve was an integrated telephony and CRM solution. If you didn't have them integrated and agents were working in two different places, it became a clunky experience. If you had them integrated together, a call could be routed through to an agent and a screen pop would bring that customer record, all their history in front of the agent there and then as the moment that the call gets connected. And that enabled them to deliver a better customer service and a more pleasant experience all around for the user. Fast forward a little from there, and email became the new favorite channel for customers to engage with businesses, and having again a CRM tool that could cope with email in addition to calls became essential, and not having these things coming into different systems and people managing Outlook queues and then jumping back into the CRM and trying to find the customer record, jumping back to emails and searching there. So again, user experience is at the heart of delivering that great customer service for the end customer. So I'm turning to you now, Jake, because I'm keen to get an insight from you as to maybe some thoughts around good user experience that you've seen in your career so far, specifically around customer service and CRM.
Sure. So from the agent perspective, I think there are two main aspects to their role that user experience can either sort of help or hinder. There's efficiency first, and then second, and I think that we sort of take this as a given, but is the ability to answer the user's request, to provide a solution. To be able to do that, the agent needs information at their fingertips as soon as the interaction comes through with the customer. So they need to make sure that they have accurate, thorough, up-to-date information, and that might be knowledge content to support them. It might be the customer's previous interactions. It might be the products or order history that the customer has. So if we can make sure that the agents have all of this information available in one place without digging around through multiple screens or even multiple applications, then what we can do is we can make sure that the agent is able to support the customer quickly and efficiently. And that means that the agent then feels very productive, is very productive. It means that the agent can meet the targets that they might have for the number of calls they need to resolve. And it also means that the agent isn't frustrated by not being able to give great customer service as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you touched on knowledge in there, which is great. That was something I was going to also introduce here, because I spoke about telephony and email, but then knowledge became an essential part of delivering a great customer service, and either through a self-service knowledge base on a website, or for, as you said, agents to be able to find answers easily to customers who might be engaging over email or over chat or on the telephone. But I guess one of the problems maybe we've seen is you can have multiple knowledge bases and different silos and different sources of information. I guess it comes back again to having the knowledge base in one place with the rest of your customer data with that?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really important. It's really important that the agent or the customer can access all of that information in one place, even if it comes from multiple sources in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I guess, so moving on from there on this little timeline, fast forwarding very quickly to, I guess, the last 4 or 5 years in particular, and a theme that I know you've done a lot of work with around messaging, and I guess that messaging and omni-channel solutions and the importance of bringing those into a CRM has really been critical over let's say the last 5 years or so, because that's what customers expect and demand. Have you got anything you'd say in terms of user experience again for in that space?
Yeah, definitely. So I think chat and omni-channel can offer a number of benefits, again, both to the customer but also to the agent. But for the agent, it does add sometimes some additional challenges from a user experience perspective, because they might then be dealing with multiple chats at the same time. They may have 2 or 3 chats simultaneously, whereas when they're on the phone, they would generally only be able to deal with one at a time. So then that increases the need that we have to make sure that the information is easily accessible at their fingertips for each individual interaction that they're having at any given time.
Yeah, perfect. So I guess from messaging, we've kind of evolved into the space of generative AI over the last 18 months, and the importance now of that channel for automation and helping customers. But I guess there's also scenarios where it can provide an improved user experience for agents and doing their job. I was thinking about the sort of implications of bad generative AI or a bad implementation of it, and in this customer service space, if I'm a customer and I'm on a website and I'm asking a question and I'm getting garbage back or hallucinations, I then go through to speak to somebody over a different channel, and that call center agent's going to get a frustrated version of me. So on the other side of that, there's the potential for AI to resolve trivial questions and deflect those away from the agent, who can then be left to deal with the more complex and tricky situations that may be more bespoke, and they can apply their knowledge and their expertise around the product set to help that customer. Maybe that's a bit more of a motivating experience. I don't know if you would agree with that, or whether there's other scenarios where Gen AI can help with a good user experience.
Yeah, definitely. For an agent, generative AI services can help them to handle those more complex sort of interactions and more complex requests that you alluded to, by pulling in, again, knowledge sources, summarizing knowledge from multiple places for the agent so that they don't have to go looking for information. It can also give the agent background on the customer. It could summarize, for example, their previous interactions and help the agent to know when and why that customer has contacted them previously. So there are lots of ways like that the generative AI services can help an agent as well.
Great, yeah, and I think we've got a little video that's going to roll now to maybe demonstrate a scenario where there's been a long-running chat conversation, and then an agent wants to read a summary of that, and it's been produced by Gen AI within the CRM. Again, I suppose that talks to your themes around aiding the agent in what they're doing and all in one place. and helping them provide a better service faster.
Yeah, absolutely. It just means the agent doesn't need to go and do that research. They've got it in front of them and they can focus on the actual task of resolving whatever problem it is that the customer contacted them about.
Cool, fantastic. Thanks for joining me today, Jake. Appreciate it. Good to have you here.